Okay, so if you're paying attention, you know when I came to problem number 5 in the problem set. Let me just scroll back to that for you. And to remind you, let me get back to 5. What I did was I found it to be a tedious problem. And if you did number 5, you augment the matrix, it's a lot of work, all right? At least I found it to be a lot of work. You certainly get an answer. And what did I do? I showed you in Sage. And then, after I did the problem, I got the solution using Sage, which is a computer algebra system. What I did was I scrolled to number 10, and I said we'd eventually get there. And I said 10 was an interesting problem. It's also a difficult problem. Trying to solve this thing is not easy. At least in my opinion, it's not easy. I could be missing something. I may not see exactly, what makes this thing easy to solve. But, if I were doing this problem over here, I would, I'd probably take a ton of dead ends. But what I want to do is, to do this one over here, is kind of look at it. And I notice that these are all equal to 0. So I'm just going to rewrite it a little, a tiny little bit. So I'll write this one over here as x over a plus b. By the way, we already did this in Sage, and we verified that solution is correct, by the way. So I'm going to say this is equal to y plus b over c. And I'll write this one down as, y over b plus c equals z plus c over a. And then I'd write, z over c plus a equals x plus a over b. And then it might seem bizarre to you, but I would just simply take all three of these equations. And, and it also, Wells makes these suggestions, try things. I'm going to try multiplying them together and see what I come up with. And I'll try to write it down in such a way that I maintain some order to it. So the left-hand side is multiply together x, y, z, right? And then when you get over here, well, kind of looking at it, and what do I see? I see a plus b, and then I see b plus c, and then I see c plus a. I'm going to say a plus c. And on the right side, I'm going to try to write it in the kind of a similar order. I'm going to write down, well, the bottom is just a, b, c, right? Kind of remarkable, isn't it? And what do you get on top? Well, x plus a. I'm just multiplying it out. Y plus b. And then z plus c. Now, this is where I would really get stuck if I wasn't looking at it. And what I mean by that, let me see if I did this right, x, y, z. I think I did it right. I'm going to write a little differently. I'm going to get the variables on one side, constants on the other. And I'll write this as x, y, z. And this would be x plus a, y plus b, z plus c equals, that's what it equals, a plus b, right? B plus c, a plus c, over a, b, c. Well, each side looks remarkable. 3 factors on top, 3 factors on bottom. And this is where I would have to say to myself, I don't know what to do, other than the fact to make a stab at it. All right? So, for example, one of the steps you could make at it is you could say, oh, let x equal, I'll write this down for you, let x equal, let's see, I don't know, a plus b. And then let y equal b plus c. And then, let z equal a plus c. Certainly the tops work out beautifully. It's the bottom that's crazy. That's not working out at all. So then I say to myself, well, gee, that wasn't a good stab. And I'd erase it. I'd pretend I didn't say it. I try another one. I'll look at the bottom now. And looking at the bottom, I'm going to say, if I were to look at the bottom, what would be a good choice for the bottom if I want that x plus a to be a? Well, let's see what we get. I want that to be, I want there's an A and a B and a C, right? So, I could say x is 0. What? I couldn't do that. Because I get the bottom, I wouldn't get the top. That's not going to work out. Whoops, sorry about that. I may not have brought y down. Maybe I just forget to erase it. So I'm going to keep stabbing around. All right, so I said 0 would give you the bottom. And remember, it said a plus b for x and blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of looking at it. and I want to get it. And I gotta start thinking about, two separate things now. I'll outline this thing over here. I'm thinking about this and this. I'm thinking about this and this. And I'm thinking about, let's go to red green. Thinking about this and this. And I want them to be equal, all right? So I'm stabbing at it. And this is, I'm not going to say it's the best thing to choose to do, but, it's exhausting the other technique that we were giving you. At least I felt it to be exhausting. And let me take a look. And just think about it again. And let's see. Again, I'm thinking, right? And I want to make some thought going on over here to get it. And I'll write this down now. So I'm going to write down, well, I certainly want the A plus B on top, don't I? But you know what? I can't use that because it doesn't work on the bottom. So I'm going to write this down instead. And I don't know, maybe it's going to work. So minus, I got to put the X down. A plus B. All right, now I just want to go to the bottom. And if I did that, and I did the X there, I hope you realize this would become a minus B. But I'm still concerned about this. Right? So I'm going to put Y down. And again, I'm making another stab at it. I'm going to say minus B plus C. Now, if I did that, I get the B plus C. I know there's a minus sign there. I'm not too worried about that. And then on the bottom, what would this give me? That would give me the factor minus C. A little disturbing at this point. And again, remember I tried A plus B and B plus C. That wasn't working out. Now let me put the Z down. Let me see if that's going to work out. And what I say, last time I said A plus C didn't work out. Let's try this now. Let's see what it gives you over here. Let's see if this works out. Now, by the way, saying they work out doesn't mean they work out. But if I were to write this down on top, right, if I were to check this, which to me I have to do, I have no other choice, by the way. And I find it to be difficult, to be honest with you. If you multiply the top out, what would you get? Well, negative times negative times negative is negative. This is very disturbing at this point. A plus B. I'm not going to give up yet, though. I need to check it. B plus C, A plus C. I want to claim, I'm getting the top, except that minus sign's disturbing me. I want to go to the bottom now. I want to plug it in. And I claim that X was minus A plus B. So what would this guy over here be? That would be minus B, right? And what's next going to be? Oh, that would be minus C. And what's the next one going to be? That would be minus A. Well, the minus sign's not disturbing anymore. And why is that? If you look at the bottom, it's just simply minus ABC, and they would cancel off. So this is a good answer over here. Again, here's the deal. It took me time to see that, all right? It took me time to see this. Now, of course, how long did it take, if you recall, when I did problem number 5 for Sage to do that? No time at all. Very quickly. By the way, Sage is not thinking. Sage is doing work. And Sage can do work much more rapidly than a human can. All right, now I realize there are students out there who say, oh, gee, I got a really good way of doing this. And, maybe I should try to encourage you. If you do, you know what you do? Post a video on YouTube and let me know about it. And I'll watch the video. I think that's probably the best way to communicate with me. I'll watch the video. And then if the video is, I deem it to be, good enough, I'll throw it in here and I'll put your name down, all right? And when I say I'll throw it in here as a link, I'll throw it in, right? My email address is Bannon. So yeah, kind of maybe reach out to me by YouTube. That's my email address, by the way. What's that email address? Bannon is Bannon, which is B as in boy, the @ symbol, NNON.US. By the way, the @ symbol is reminiscent of the letter A for most people. Thank you.